Alright, what's good, y'all? Now, obviously, it's been a good month, but at least it hasn't been 2 months. Um, After I show you guys the loadout and we talk about it, I'm gonna do a little commentary over the gameplay, talk about where I've been, like what's up next. But yeah, I got that fire video for y'all. Um, I did have an atomic video that I did do like before the new DLC had came out, but I was so lazy. Excuse me. I was so lazy to where like I just didn't feel like uploading it. Like that's legitimately the only reason. I just didn't feel like doing it. I didn't feel like putting one clip with another and just putting it together and then boom, just putting it out there. That's how lazy I was. But besides all that, let's go ahead and talk about the artifacts. So we got the usual and typical mystic symbol of seven, manacles, Circe's mask, refractor, and Lazarus pit water. Again, not too much changes when it comes to tank artifacts, guys. Unfortunately, um, the developers don't appreciate tanks as much because if they did, excuse me, if they did, we would have probably some new artifacts, maybe at least like two at the most. But I can't even remember the last time we got a new one. And also, I'm severely undergeared for this content too because I've not been running the content like, you know, on a repeat or whatever compared to others. Um, Allies. I use Static Shock now officially, and I still use Superman and Future Lex Luthor. So yeah, again, like I've said, probably for the millionth time, not actually the millionth time, but probably across like, 7 videos or maybe six. I've always said that nothing changes here when it comes to allies because we don't even get any artifacts or any allies that really help us tanks. But that might be some little controversial for people, so let me chill out. But nothing didn't change there. But let's get to fire though. Let's get to fire. We got engulf, stoke flames, but honestly, I would say use emulation first and then use stoke flames because have a shield up and then you can start grabbing ads and everything. And pretty sure stoke flames is gonna help out emulation like over time. Then you want to go ahead and use backdraft, burnout, and hard light shield. If you don't want to use hard light shield, you can use burning determination too if you would like. Doesn't really make much of a difference in my opinion. If you don't want to use burning determination, you can use absorb heat. Now, there used to be a tactic where you could obviously go ahead and use the ability and then block, and the effects would still keep like going. So pretty much like you would still get heal back, like heal back. What the fuck am I talking about? You would still get heals even after you blocked using the move, like after using the move. Sorry, y'all. Bear with me, but yeah, pretty much that got patched. And I mean, hell, there's not much else to really say. Um, Super speed. Yeah, nothing does change there either. I don't have anything in weapons, as you just saw. Iconic powers, buy Hard Light Shield and just buy Lasso if you would like. Stat points. Okay, this one isn't really too tricky because I put all my focus into super powered obviously because I am only using my powers. And I always said do 10-10, but with fire, you don't have to do that. You could just max out your magnitude and chance. And for this build, this is not like a full-on restoration build. So I just put all my points into health and then I just do the rest into like dominance. Some could argue that, you could just put the points into restoration rather than dominance. Um, I'm not gonna go back and forth with that. You could go ahead and put your opinion down in the comment with like how you do it. Talk to me. Let me know how you do it. I might experiment with it, but yeah, just let me know how you do that, and I'd probably test it out, or I don't know. I don't even know anymore. 9 times out of 10, we're probably just gonna discuss it. But yeah, I just put all my points into health and called it a day and threw the rest into dominance. Um, that's really about it though for the fire builds. So with the new content, Raging Knight. Now with the raid itself, obviously I was going to go ahead and do Blackest Night, but then I realized I don't know like what's a good part of the mission where I could show like where the build really shines at and like where it's really good at to like prove that obviously the build is like legitimately good. But besides all that, I actually do want to show y'all like the newest raid that we got. So we're gonna do Book of the Black. But if you ever want to see me do a Blackest Night run on Elite or Elite Plus, just go ahead and let me know. And excuse me, I'll take y'all through there. But yeah, we're gonna do Book of the Black, and I'm gonna go ahead and transition y'all over to you know that whole little run. So let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, y'all. So I was going through the footage for like the entire raid, and then I thought to myself, what part can I really like show for real while also doing commentary? Um, I'm only able to just really show the boss fight because the other parts were just kind of like all over the place. It just would have been confusing. But if you want to ever see me do a full run with a certain power, let me know and I got you. But 9 times out of 10, I probably already got that power like done in the video and I uploaded it, except for Atomic. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload that Atomic video. Either the same day that I upload this video or maybe the next day. It's not even a special video either, so I don't know what I'm doing. But um when it comes to like the content, I feel like it's a little bit too easy, but I could be wrong. Blackest Night definitely is one of those it's one of those raids where it'll get you. It'll get a lot of tanks primarily if you don't know what you're doing. It definitely caught up to me at some point, but if y'all ever want to see a run on that, just let me know. I'm open to anything because I really don't have any more ideas for like videos when it comes to like DC because I don't know what else to do for DC videos. I don't know what to talk about. I don't really know like what to do for real because it's not enough content that I could really drag out with the game entirely as a whole because all the videos that I've done so far, those videos are just practically the same shit that the next person did. Probably better or maybe worse. I don't know, but you're here for a reason. You watched the mines and I appreciate that and I love that for you. But like again, I feel like for a lot of content, it's not really too much I could really make. Yeah, it's not too much that I can make out with it, but that's gonna be for like a whole nother segment. But let's talk about where I've been at. So where have I been? After I did that ice video, by like probably the same week or next week, I had to go ahead and get ready to go back to college. I had to go buy me some new clothes, some shoes. Had to start packing everything up. Had to schedule movie and dates. Had to do fast food, all that kind of crazy shit. Excuse me. But yeah, doing all that. Then I had to move in, unpack everything, and finally get settled in and go through the syllabus with the professors, go through these little lectures. And I started going to parties, y'all. It wouldn't be my first time, but look, man, them parties were lit. Um, yeah, they were nice for a while. Then after that, I got sick. And last week I got sick, bro. And I'm still a little bit sick. But, it wasn't as bad as it was like last week because now all I got is just a cough that's soon to go away. And if that shit's not gone by Friday, I'm cooked. There's nothing else I can say. I'm cooked, bro. It's over for me. I'm dead. Now let me stop. But Nah, that was just too much, but still. Yeah, pretty much is coming back to college, packing everything up, unpacking, settling in, doing homework, going to parties, and then getting sick. That pretty much was just the cherry on top, and that kind of just canceled out so much stuff that I had planned, like getting that atomic video out. And damn, damn, y'all, don't make fun of me, but nah, real shit though. After I get better, no more delays, no more delays. I don't know what my next video might be. Hell, I might probably tell y'all a story about my first year in college, probably. Or it might just be me talking shit about DC and what they gotta do and what they gotta do and what they gotta stop doing as well. But besides all that, I mean, that's really just the end of the commentary. Um, if I had to give you advice for this raid, though, this raid is pretty simple. When it comes to like the zombie abominations, you could face tank them, but honestly, I would just say keep your distance. Keep like some pretty good distance from you and them to where like they're not like hitting you, because I could face tank the final boss because it's not gonna punish me too much, but like the abominations, I don't know why. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know what's up with the abominations, but they hit overly hard for no reason. But this boss does as well, as you saw my health bar. But like real shit though, that's really about it with the commentary. I'm gonna catch y'all later, either later today or tomorrow. It's either or, and I promise y'all. But I'll see y'all in the next one.